All right, so we are picking our classes. So you are in algebraic reasoning if you're in this class. This is algebraic reasoning. Now, has anybody not taken geometry for some reason? Okay, so I'm assuming that's next for you, okay, because you got to, okay? Okay, well, let's talk about each class. First off, did you write sub for yesterday? Make sure your name's on it and all that good stuff, right? Your name? Okay, and then you're answering what course will you take next year? Real quick, do not, when you get to the Skyward and you pick your classes, you're not picking your lunch. Believe me, they don't care what you want. They're not going to give you what you want, and they're going to be annoyed that you did that, and maybe they'll not give you that just to be mean. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, they said don't pick a lunch. Again, it's not going to get you the lunch you want. So it doesn't help you, don't do it. Okay, now, here's your options for next year. If you've taken geometry already and you successfully finish algebraic reasoning, typically you're going to go to algebra 2. Okay? It's just the next level of algebra. Okay? Geometry would be an option if you haven't taken geometry. Okay? And that means you might have me again. I have 3 geometry classes, 3 algebraic reasoning classes. So I've had students 4 years straight. It's kind of crazy. So. These are decisions y'all make, okay? Based on, so next one, statistics. Are you planning on majoring in a field that needs statistics such as nursing, business, or psychology? So that could be good for you. But also, you want to see a different kind of rigorous math. Now, rigor is a word that means challenging, okay? Something that is, let me put it this way. This class that we're in right now is not rigorous. I'll be very honest with y'all. Not rigorous, okay? But statistics will be challenging. Like, if you don't do your homework and you don't actually do what you need to do, you will actually fail. You know what I'm saying? And that's your math credit, and then that's a bummer. You get behind. Question?
Like college math?
It's not college math yet, but it's like getting there. You know, it's just kind of a step up. Mm-hmm. I don't exactly know. Let me finish this one, and then we'll talk about, if you have other questions, we'll talk about the counselors. Because the counselors can help you way more than me. I am just like not the guy on this stuff. You know, I'll tell you what's coming up, but when it comes to credits and all that stuff, I try not to give advice, because then someone signs up for something, and then, well, Mr. G told me, it's like, hey, I'm going to wash my hands clean. All the counselors, they will tell you all the things you need to know. I'll show you in a minute when they're available to talk. But last one here is AQR, Advanced Quantitative Reasoning. This was like back when we had math models, but it's a little bit more upper level. It's when you plan to go into a non-STEM career. So STEM means science, technology, engineering, mathematics. This is not for that. This is if you would like to see a different way to reason through math in real-world situations. If I remember right, this has to do with like percentages, taxes, you know, stuff that's, okay, believe me, I see this all the time, okay? Being a math teacher on social media, I see people share these memes all the time. Why didn't they teach us about taxes in high school? Well, guess what? In high school, half of y'all are barely awake, not paying attention, don't even care, and you're grown when you talk about taxes. Now, guess what? You get in the real world, you get old enough, you have to pay taxes. You can pay someone, usually people pay someone to do it, or you use a free app and you get it done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, TurboTax. Okay, no endorsements here, but nonetheless, all that to say, this could be useful. It's real world stuff. The things people complain so much about that they never were taught. Okay, so there's that, AQR. So I would suggest, if this maybe wasn't challenging enough, a little bit, you know, it's not as hard as statistics, but AQR could be good for y'all. There's a few of y'all I would suggest AQR to, but Algebra 2 is probably most likely what's next, okay? Unless you need geometry, then you need to take geometry. I don't think you have an option, but you know what? Don't take my word for it. Ask your counselor. So when can you ask your counselor? So check it out. I posted this in y'all's class too. The window's open. I guess I should show my screen here, right? So January 24th is when the course selection window opens. That already happened yesterday. You will be able to input your courses, like we said, If you're struggling to understand how to put your class in Skywork, counselors will be available on the dates and times below in the NPR. Do y'all know where the NPR is? NPR is in the library, right? The library, that big room off to the side. So before school, after school, and during lunch, these are the dates that they will be available. Do you have a question? Or are you just making noise?
I didn't know where they are.
I can't hear you. What?
I don't know where they are.
The NPR?
Yeah.
The NPR is in the library.
Yeah. No, I know that. But like, where in the library?
That big classroom in the library.
Isn't it too?
Probably.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you go into the library, someone will be able to help you.
Oh, okay.
Probably. Most likely. The librarian. Okay, so since everybody wrote down the objective for today, and then they put what they're going to take next year for math, everybody wrote down on their warm-up what they're going to take next year for math. I see blanks. What's going on here?
I don't know.
And I see blank objectives. Okay, so let me put this back up here. You want to make sure you have your objective written down, which is solve inverse quadratic equations, because we're about to do those notes real quick. Yes. Okay. There's your objective. You wrote down your math course for next year. Whatever you think you're going to take, have an idea in your brain. So there's a pencil on the ground over there. Algebra 11? Wow. That's advanced. All right, so here we go. Today we are doing inverses of quadratics. Now, we're going to try to get this done with enough time for some of y'all who need to retake a quiz still. Some of y'all took it yesterday, which is cool, but some of y'all didn't. And maybe I'll give y'all an opportunity to win a silly band today. Ooh.
Hey, yo, silly band!
Silly bands are super rad.
Hey, didn't we do this yesterday?
No. Yesterday was a different worksheet of inverse linear. We are doing inverse quadratic now. All right, let's see if this is ready. Whatever. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, everyone's looking up here? Okay, I want you to actually look up here and not have headphones in your ears, please. Then you won't miss it. But you won't miss it, right?
If you turn around, she's gonna run. Don't turn around.
Okay, so everyone's looking up here without headphones in their ears. We get this done faster. I can get some of y'all to do some retakes. I really want us to stop goofing around. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, last week and yesterday we were doing linear. Okay, the inverse of linear functions. Today is quadratic. So first blank. The inverse of a square, meaning x squared, is what? Now look at this picture over here. These are opposites. So the opposite of x squared is square root of x. So go ahead and write the word square root. I'm going to put it on top. Square root.
I can't read.
All right. Now, whoa. There it is. Okay. Now, these 4 steps are the same 4 steps from when we did the linear inverse. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you some examples using these 4 steps. You'll see where this gets unique in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to freeze this over here so we can refer back to it. Look at the first example. G of x equals x squared minus 6. Ready? First step. What do? In this case, g of x, I changed it to y. So everybody, let's turn that into a y. It's going to be y equals x squared minus 6. Okay. Okay, step 2. What do? Switch x and y. So y becomes x becomes y. No headphones, please. Help me out. Okay. Step 3. Solve for y. Have a seat. Okay, solve for y. Now, if I'm solving for y, what do you think I need to get rid of first? The loner minus 6. So the opposite of minus 6 is plus 6. I'm going to write it on both sides. Okay, and let's see what we remember. What is x plus 6? It is x plus 6. Let's write that down. X plus 6 equals y squared. Okay, now everybody, we need to get y by itself. So I need to get rid of squared. How do I get rid of a squared? That was our first blank. We get rid of square with square roots. Okay. So here's how you write it. Ready? I'm going to square root the y squared and square root the whole left side. The x plus 6 is underneath the square root sign. Now, when I square root a square, they kind of cancel out. I like to scratch them out. They're gone. I'm going to rewrite this flipped around. So now it's just y equals square root of x plus 6. Am I done? Almost. Step 4, turn it back into function notation with an inverse, a little -1. So in this case, g of x, now it's going to be g inverse x, square root of x plus 6. Okay. Now half of your problems are like this. Could you do that? Okay. But the one next to it is a little more complicated, but it's not too bad. Okay. But as long as everyone's zeroed in and focused, it'll be all right. So, ready? Does anyone still need that? Okay, ready? First step, what do? Change f of x to a y, or in this case, change an h of x to a y. So first step, right? Y equals x minus 4 squared plus 5. So first thing is make it a y equal. Second step, switch x and y. So this switch x and y. Where you see y, write an x. Where you see x, write a y. Yeah. Okay. So x equals y minus 4 squared plus 5. Okay, first two steps, easy peasy. Step 3, solving is where it gets a little complicated. Here's a brand new problem. So let's think about this. Hold on, I got a lot of stuff here, but I can't get inside the parentheses. So what am I have to do? What do I get rid of? Okay, the loner floating out here. What's the opposite of plus 5? Minus 5 on both sides, right? We'll do that. Minus 5 here. Minus 5 here. What's x minus 5? Lorenzo, what do you think x minus 5 is? Okay, because one's an x, one's a number, they don't combine. Okay. So x minus 5 equals parentheses y minus 4 parentheses squared. Okay, now, ideas. What should I do now? Yes. So here's the deal. You can't get to this minus 4 yet. You got to first, since it's in parentheses, yes, the square's got to go. So we do the opposite of square root. Okay. Now, we're going to have to write a square root over all this and a square root of all this. On the right, the square root and the square cancel out. I'm going to rewrite it. Square root x minus 5 equals, and now the only thing left is y minus 4. Because we got rid of the square and the square root. That's right. Now, last step, I got that minus 4. How do I get rid of that minus 4? Punt it. Hold on. How do I get rid of the minus 4? Plus 4. Now, let's see if y'all get tricked. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get tricked? What is the square root of x minus 5 plus 4? X minus 5 plus 4? Wrong.
No, minus 4. Okay, x plus 5 minus 4.
Wrong.
Dang. 7.
What is the square root of x minus 5 plus 4? So you said x plus 5 minus 4. No, that's what she said.
No, that's just the opposite.
Well, y'all are both missing the most important thing.
Square root.
The square root of x minus 5 plus 4.
What the heck? I was close.
And close is not
Cool.
Why would
correct.
you say that? That's not even
Close to no cigar.
I'm just saying, close is not correct,
No.
technically.
Still, I was almost right.
I appreciate the passion. Now, everybody, real quick. Here's what I don't want you to do. Wait, listen. I don't want you to think, oh, these combine. Because this is under a square root, and this is not under a square root, okay? So I think you were on the right track. I'll give you some props, some, okay? But if they're not the same thing, you just write them next to each other. So let's write that. I'm going to flip it around. Hold on. Y equals square root of x minus 5, and then the plus 4 is after the radical, okay? This is the radical, okay? So x minus 5, stop the radical, and then plus 4 is after it, okay? It does matter. If you put it all underneath a radical, wrong, okay? So it's afterwards. Now, last step that we were talking about over here, h of x is now going to be h inverse x, that whole ugly thing.
I don't have room for any of this, sir.
I should have said right small, my bad.
Wait, y'all thought this was a Y, right?
I have to call sideways now.
Me too.
They're copying me.
Hey, you want me to put it over here?
Huh?
Do you want me to put this over here?
Yes.
There.
He's gonna fight you.
Did you just take that off? We're almost done. All right, now here's another one like the first one. You do this the way you do this. Okay. Now we'll do it a little bit faster. Okay. So first step. Listen. First step. Turn m of x into y. So it's gonna be y equals x squared plus 3. And then second step, switch x and y. So I know y'all can do those two steps pretty easily, hopefully by now. Hey, over there. Yeah, you. Yeah. What do I do next? Yeah. You. How do I get rid of over here? Look. How do I get rid of this plus 3? Hey. What's the opposite of plus 3? Okay, minus 3. Both sides, right? So minus 3, minus 3. What's x minus 3? Is it 2?
X minus 3.
Is it negative 2? Oh, x minus 3 is x minus 3. Now, last step. Not last step, but last part of this step. How do I get rid of the square?
You square root.
Square root, both sides. Square root, square root. I'm going to flip it around. Y equals square root of x minus 3. And my last step is to turn it back into inverse form. M inverse x.
What?
Whatever you start with is what you end with.
I don't know how he got that.
Well, no, the only letters I'm using are the ones they give us.
So you put it, you change the Y.
You always change it to y, do all the stuff, and then turn it back into the original with an inverse, little negative 1. Now, here's the deal. I will offer a silly band to whoever can do this one right here on the board. And you're also number 1 cool guy in the class, or girl.
I'm not cool. All I'm good at anything heavy stuff.
If you want, yeah. You don't have to. No one can tell you to do it, especially if they have a headphone in their ear. All right? I know you want to do it. Okay. Nobody? No one?
I can do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be here forever.
No,
I'm actually good. I'm actually good.
all right, but you're also under duress. You have less than 1 minute.
What?
Starting. Oh, what? Now. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, there's more on the back. You can do one from the back. An easier one. So do the hard one.
You watch your language.
Or you want to do a hard one?
You're a heathen.
I'm saying you can do one on the back. On the board. Some of them. I mean, the ones that don't have the parentheses are tad easier. You want to do that one?
Oh, well, that fucked up. Oh, that was my eye is bleeding. What's that? So my eye will bleed a bit. What's your language, man? Sir, I don't know.
Dang. All right, we're
like 2 minutes behind.
She said an unholy word.
we're getting close to the end. Things are
Bro, why are you sucking on your tippy toes?
slowly almost got like 10 seconds left. What? 10 seconds left. Almost there. We're getting so close.
Why you tiptoe? Why you on your tippy
It's
toes?
almost. It's a,
Okay.
it's a slow. So close. We almost have 10 seconds left. Still have 10 seconds left. 9 seconds
Why are
left.
you timing me though? This is not weird.
You got 5 seconds left. You got 10 seconds left.
Yep, 60 seconds left.
You got 10 seconds left.
Is it over?
Well, like,
Why are you standing like that?
there's a lot of extensions here. All right, you got 10 seconds left.
Is that correct?
Okay, let's see here. That is correct. Give her a round of applause. Get the slow clap going. All right.
I know you have one.
Now, you can't see it on the screen here, so the answer, hold on, the inverse we got was f inverse x square root of x minus 6 minus 5. The x minus 6 must be under the square root, and then the minus 5 must be after the square root. Okay, now I want you to flip it over and get some practice on it. Okay, unless, oh, there's your timer. Unless you have missing work to do, or unless you have a quiz to do corrections on or take for the first time. So I'll come bring that to you, and here we go.